Hi, boys and girls. This is Miss Kathy. We're in the middle of the Christmas season, and we thought we'd bring you some stories from Guide's Greatest Christmas Stories. After the Christmas season, we'll be returning to our regularly scheduled shoebox mystery books. Christmas is a special time of year, a time to celebrate the birth of baby Jesus, who was born in a stable. Shepherds, after being serenaded by angels, rushed over to find the baby lying in a manger. Wise men, carrying gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh, followed a bright star until it led them to the baby king. What about you? Will this Christmas bring you closer to Jesus? I hope so, and I hope that the Jesus of Christmas will live in your heart throughout the year. Helen Lee Robinson, Editor. Little Brown Package by Colleen L. Reece. Last week, our pastor announced that our whole youth class was invited to his home for a Christmas party. Boy, were we excited! Our pastor is always a lot of fun, and his wife is a great cook, so you can imagine how crowded their place was that night. First, we played a bunch of games. Then the pastor asked us to gather around the big Christmas tree, which had all kinds of packages underneath it. There's a gift for everyone here tonight, but you have to choose your gift, the pastor told us. We'll draw numbers and go according to numeric order. Well, I ended up with number 20, and there were only 21 people there, counting the pastor and his wife. It was a lot of fun, though. Pete, who was number 1, reached for the biggest, prettiest package, and it turned out to be a big balloon all blown up inside a huge box. You should have seen the look on Pete's face. One by one, everyone took a gift. Some just grabbed the nearest one, and others reached for what they thought would be the best. The minister and his wife had put time and thought into the presents. There were little stuffed animals, pencils, and all kinds of things. Finally, it was my turn. There were only 2 gifts left. One was red and shiny with a big silver bow. It looked like a jackknife box. The other seemed out of place. It was a little brown package, and it didn't even have a Christmas bow. I didn't know what to do. Should I be polite and take the funny-looking package everyone else had left, or should I reach for the shiny one? After all, the one I didn't get would go to our pastor, who had number 21. I decided to be polite, but just as my hand started to take the brown package, the pastor said, "Take the one you really want, Con." That settled it. I took the shiny package. It wasn't a jackknife, but a pair of miniature chopsticks. The other kids howled with laughter. Then they started calling, "It's your turn, Pastor Gray." Our pastor kind of smiled as he opened the little brown package, the one nobody else had wanted. When he held up what was inside, we all gasped. It was a wristwatch. His own wristwatch. "You mean I could have had that if I'd picked it?" I asked. "Sure, Con, it was your choice. But why did you want to give away your watch?" Pastor Gray smiled again. "I didn't, but I wanted to show you something important. Do you realize that any one of you could have had this watch tonight? But I counted on your wanting what glittered, what looked good on the outside." We all looked at one another sheepishly. It was true. We had all grabbed for the prettiest packages, even me. After placing that expensive package out there, I felt strange when one by one you passed it over, Pastor Gray continued. I didn't want to give up my watch, but it troubled me to see you ignoring it because I knew the value of the little brown package. You know, there's another Christmas gift that's often overlooked or passed by, the gift of God's Son. We all sat there silently thinking about the brown package illustration and what the pastor had just said. How does God feel when people ignore his most priceless gift? I wondered. Does it hurt him to watch people grab at attractive, worthless things but reject his Son? I closed my eyes and whispered, "Thank you, God. Thank you for the best gift in the world."
The story you have heard today is from Guide's Greatest Christmas Stories, a compilation from various writers for Guide magazine, edited by Helen Lee Robinson and used with permission from the Pacific Press Publishing Association. As our special gift to you, we will be sharing one of these stories every day between now and Christmas. If you're interested in any other books published by the Seventh-day Adventist Church, please visit AdventistBookCenter.com or call 1-800-765-6955.
This podcast is a production of the Carolina Conference of the Seventh-day Adventist Church.